Back your brachas. We're going to pick up a little bit. We left off on the theme.
This is going to be another Mashiach.
We're all right. You got a brachas? Everybody can grab a book, share along with your friends.
Are you trying to do
All right. Good jump to good jar. You me yo. Tanya. Brachas. Brachas. We were on Lamed Hay. We were on Ches Lamed Beis. About the Ches Lamed Aleph, the bottom of Lamed Beis, Ches Lamed Aleph. That's what we talked about Padav Shalom, and we mentioned that the three things that happen. The three things that you cause Padav Shalom to happen. One is what Tefillah B'tzibah, right? Whoever's Isaac and Taita, Aveidik Muchsam, so learning, and Muchsadim and Tefillah B'tzibah, which is Aveidik, which is Aveidik connection. The Kabbanis, what Kabbanis Tzibur, which was the Kavan Talmud about every day. So that is represented by Tefillah B'tzibah. Now. There's something very interesting that we see here also. But what happens by Tefillah B'tzibur? We get a chance to say more Amen.
Amen.
Right? You get to say Amen more. Tefillah B'tzibur, you have the shots and you have other Kadeshim. So you get a chance to increase in Amen. It says whoever does all these Tefillah B'tzibur, it says as if they would deal me and my children, me and the Shechina from the Golas. So now we see where does it mention that in there also? So we have the Gemara, like very good Ramosha that says in the Gemara, it's in Nun Gimel. Or we could just we could kind of jump to there really quickly. Gebrach Nun Gimel Amud Beis, I believe.
The garden.
What's this about? That's it. I know. Nun Beis?
Nun Gimel Amud Beis. Nug.
What?
You know that.
It sounds racist.
Near the bottom of the page here. Near Anun Gimel on the Amud Beis, right by the end of the page there, when the wide lines, all the way in the bottom. Right? Three lines from where the wide lines start. 4 lines. We have Gemara here, Chia Bashila. So it's also Gemara right at the end of Nazar. You guys, maybe that's why it looks familiar. So it says, what's it say? It says here. It says.
We gave him. Oh, so this, the brothers weren't able to speak to him.
Chatev Avada. Well, it says Chatev Avada means like grab it, like Chatev Avada and bless. What does it mean? Ravuna also says to Rav his son, Chatev Avada. That means they should go and should do to do birchas hamazon, to do the bracha lakais. That's about you should chaperai and make the bracha. Chaperai make the bracha. We see the Rashi. No, it's not this one. Okay. The two shots. One is that a person should make a bracha quickly. If two people that can make a bracha, you should hurry up and someone should chop and rhyme and make a bracha so that the other person could say amen. So you can get that the other person should be able to say amen. You should make the bracha first so that there should be an amen there. Also, can mean dafka by keish bracha. Then you should dafka bench the keish that we mentioned before. L'meimer. So what does it say? The mavarach adif. So it would seem here that it would seem to be that the one who makes the bracha is better than the one that says amen on his bracha. Which is best, the bracha or the amen? Which came first, the chicken or the amen? Right? That one came at the same time. Very good. So from here we see if he tells his son, Chaparai make the bracha, that would mean that you should make the bracha, and the better than be the one that says Amen. So it makes is the Charai that bracha is better, but the bracha is better. But Tanya, so wants to wait a minute. We learned that the Bride of Yesiyim it goes on Amen. Yesiyim and Amavarich. That the one who says Amen is better than the bracha, the one that gives the bracha. Which is better, the Amen or the bracha? Amen Rabbi Naiditch. So Rabbi Naiditch says Hashemayim. Keinu. That's like a lashon of a shavua. By the heavens, so is it. I swear to God.
So you're not allowed to swear by the heavens.
That's what he's saying Hashemayim Keinu. He's about the heavens. Heaven help. Heaven help.
Lord help me.
It's a lashon of a shavua, of an oath. Like a swear. But right before the white light, last time before the white light. Cain, that Teidai should know, Shari Gladin Yaidim is garden b'Muchama, Gibedim Yaidim Minatzi. Which means that you have like the weaker ones go first down and fight the battles, and then the Gibbers, the strong ones go down there and they're victorious at the end. So which means that the Amen, the one that comes later, is the better one. That's considered to be the Gibber.
Wait, Minaskin comes after.
Wait, what's war?
Did Gibborim go first and then Minaskin?
What's that?
What's war like about brachas?
What is war like this comparing?
Yeah, why?
Goliath and Yadim is guarded by Muhammad. Why is it compared to war?
Yeah.
Why not?
Okay, never mind.
He said you have the big
Why not?
brachas first, and then you have the small brachas afterwards.
No, it's not big bracha, small bracha. It's the bracha and then the amen. The amen is the completion of the bracha. So the amen is actually the completion of the bracha. The bracha there was a guy said I heard in this shiva, I think it was that he wouldn't make a bracha unless someone was around to say amen to his bracha. You want to make a bracha? So that one time it was in the middle of the night. It was really thirsty and whatever. Anyway, a student came by finally, knocked on his door. He said, I see the lights out in the Rav's house. So I decided to come in. Oh, very good. But first of all, I'm going to make a bracha. I'm going to have a drink. And then they say, made the bracha. The guy said, Amen. And they lived for a couple of hours. The next day, he sees him in the basement. He said, I want to thank you very much. I was so thirsty. You were able to help me make this bracha. Yeah, I don't make a bracha unless someone's around to say Amen. Because I thought that the bracha is not complete without Amen. He said, I don't know what you're talking about. Maybe we say, yo, no. So now we have a brisa that's saying that the Amen is better. The Amen is considered the Gibber. That's what's Minat Seyach.
I heard Svarim say you say Bruk Le'olam Amen Ve'amen if there's no one around.
That's interesting.
Baruch Le'olam Amen V'Amen, like the way you would say in the base of Mikdash. That's how their Amen is. In the base of Mikdash, they would say Amen. They would say Baruch Shem Kvay Mochel. Why?
You wouldn't say Amen?
Why? Give me a guess.
Because you have two amens.
They would say the Shem HaMafor.
Because of the Shem
Because what?
Because they would say the Shem HaMafor in the base of Mikdash. They would say their full name, the Yud Kei Vav, the way it's explained, the way it's pronounced. Even the 7th letter name depends on what time of the year it was.
So what is that?
So when you hear that, when you say and you hear Hashem's actual name, the Yud Kei Vav can pronounce properly, then you say Baruch Shem Kavod, blessed the holy name forever and ever. But when you just the way we pronounce it ad with the like lordship, like adus. What they say, HaTany, right? So that's not the way it's actually, it should be pronounced. It's not spelled that way, but that's the pronunciation that we have. So we're giving it's for by us, it's this lordship. Right? So then the Gemara says, tonight, it's Machlokes Tanaim. That's the end of the game. Which is better, the chick who came first, or which is better, the bracha, the Amen? It's a Machlokes Tanaim, the Tanya, Echad, Mavarech, Ve'echad, Ayin, Amen, the Mashma. That either one is they both get the same schar or whatever, but they're both equally great. But should you be chaperein and blessed, that's better so that someone else can say Amen. Right? So that's the Gemara. Now, you say it's a very interesting shot. What does it mean, the Pavshal Menafshi, and what does it mean that how we pronounce the bracha now is the Lashon Anach? So, why does Amen degrade it? So, Amen, we know it's the gematria of what? 91, it's the Rashi Tevis of Kel Melech Neman X. And where does it say that?
We learned it.
Yeah. Famous Gemara. Close.
The gematria of the spoken and written names, right?
The one right before Pesachim is Pesach. I think you're going on to something here. So we say when we say the bracha, we say it with the pronunciation of HaTany, right? Aleph Daled Nun Yud. And what's that a gematria? Aleph Daled Nun Yud. 65. Right? Aleph and Daled is 5. Nun is 50. 60. Another 6.
But Amen was 91. Yeah.
Amen is 91. But what's Yud Kei Vav Kei?
26.
What's HaTany plus Yud Kei Vav Kei?
91.
91. So when you're doing the pronunciation, we only do the bracha. We can only reveal the HaTany. So when you say Amen, you're completing it by making sure that there's a completion of the full total gematria of the 91. So you have HaTany and Shem and Vayim, which is talking even part of the Shalom Nashi. Ani b'ni, you're being praying to me and the Shechina. By saying Amen. Why are we saying Amen? You go into the shul and you're down with the tzibur, you get more chance to say Amen. So the by saying Amen is the Indian of being dear the nafshi. What?
Just stick around for the next minion too. Why not?
Right? Keep going. Unless you got learning to do, and then you got some derech eretz to do. Well, no, hardly else you got shmol. Yeah, then you have some time to do. Exactly, you got some learning. So there we have. First, we have the Indian of that by saying Amen. You're being able to megala both levels, the HaTany and the Yud Kei Vav Kei. Because in the meantime, Yud Kei Vav Kei is hidden in there. So it's not pronounced. It's only written as such. And we only pronounce it with the HaTany. But when you say Amen, you're saying that you're given the 91, so that it's only the full amount. So therefore, revealing the Yud Kei Vav Kei that's within there. So you have in both the shame. So that's an inyan of being pedia of nafshi b'ni. From this golus where we don't have the gila. When Mashiach comes to Shem, will be the base mikdash again. We'll be able to say Baruch Shem Kavod. We'll do this Shema first because Hashem Echad Shema Echad. Which name? The real name, the Yud Kei Vav Kei, that people will be able to know about.
Bro, we got you.
Right? It's beautiful. Now, when you say it, incidentally, when you say Pesach Yidecha in Ashrei, but you're supposed to have Kavana, especially on the first line. The Pesach Yidecha, the Rosh Tevis Pei Aleph and Yod is 91. And what you say? What's the Sefer Tevis? Sefer Tevis of what? Pesach Es Yidecha. The top may be a lot bigger than 90, I'm not sure. But the Rosh Tevis of Pesach Es Yidecha, that's 90. The gematria that is 91. Pei Aleph and Yod. So 91 is a big inyan. It's an inyan of Yud Kei Vav Kei and HaTany together, and which is the higher, the lower levels of Elikus. The one that's Armali, the ones Armat. Kutshabrichu Shchinte. What's the level of Kutshabrichu Shchinte, which is the level of Stak Kutshabrichu Bereitze Bareilma, which is the level of Radla, which is the level of Atik, which is the level of Primus Sekes. According to the Kabbalists.
I have no idea what these guys are.
I'm just throwing out words. That's like the matana. They repeat. They're versifier. The verbal edges. Now, yeah. So that's the Gemara Nun Gimel. Let's just say this on our Gemara back in Lamed Hey. Oh, so no, that goes to Ches. That starts with Ches. That ends with Tes. That starts with censored or whatever. So there's something about trouble and pool. I don't know. So Paul shall not keep loving. So your mom should pray to the Shechina. How you pray to the Shechina? Like we said, you're revealing that the Yud Kei Vav Kei could be revealed together with the HaTany in the bracha. Everything has the nitzutz in it. Everything in this world is full of nitzutzim. That when we engage in them properly, when we use them for mitzvahs or we make brachas on them, we revealed that we redeemed the nitzutzim. And one of the ways of redeeming the nitzutzim with the bracha. When you say bracha, that's why you say bracha on it. And now we see why, how it's redeemed, especially when someone's around to say Amen. So I was talking Amen. We got to sing the Kol Parachas. We got to hear ourselves Amen. Sometimes you hear the Shema Esrei and like using people say, don't forget to say Amen. And people they don't forget, but like you don't hear it really. They're worried. Maybe they don't want to sound too loud. The chalach is you shouldn't say real Amen louder than the bracha. But it's not your fault that the guy is to say make the bracha. That's it. Because we all what does it say? Mashiach. How to bring Mashiach? A bracha with kavana, a pasuk tim, a bracha with kavana. What's bracha with kavana? We say bracha shemachalam, and then we think for a second. What the shahakol and the benzene is bracha shemachalam? We just zipped it for the main part.
What's the kavana on the melech?
Melech is by the olam. The melech melech bli am, and now you have space. So Baruch means it goes in order. Baruch means that it's being manifested. It's being got like now it's like the Lashon of Ben that first it wasn't around and now it's being megalit. Now the real Baruch is actually being manifested. Atah is the you of Hashem higher than even any name. That's the highest level, and even there's no name. It's you, essence, and then Havayah, which is you can the highest level, the first possible emanation of Hashem. And then Elokeinu, which is the B'taycha Teva, to create, and then Melech, and they have Lashon of Am, the people, and then lower down, so it goes from order, from high, you're mamshech with the bracha. You mamshech from the malam and say b'shashus when you sing Ato. You mamshech with the bracha, Abarach Atah Hashem Elokeinu Melech, Ha'olam, time and space, and you're taking the infinite, putting and revealing it in the finite. You're taking the God, you're taking the infinite and revealing it within the creation. The Ma'am says putting with Teva, so that should reveal who's talking, what's going on in Teva. That there's talking. You're revealing that the Ma'am Teva is with Teva. You're revealing that it's not nature, it's that Mother Nature, it's God behind all this. Not just behind all this, but we don't say we make a mistake. We say God created the world, so that there's God here, and they created something, and it's here. And we make the separation between us down here and God. The supreme being is far away. It's a mighty scary thing. And then there's world. The better way to look at it is that God became world. God took all and saved the stars and the spheres and the suium and whatever and became world. So it's right here. It's right here. And when we say Baruch, we're manifesting that. We're revealing that reality. That what is the Teva of true Teva? Pure get l'chayt. U'mol aras Hashem. To learn the knowledge of God, because everywhere you look will be God. And you'll know that.
Right. So you had said a separate intention, Melech, then Ha'olam?
Right. Melech is that there's a creation, that there's something that's going to be created. That's going to serve him, the people, and where is that creation going to exist? It's going to exist in Olam. Olam is space, the time, space within reality, within space, within the physical. Olam, which is Inyan of Helam, which is Inyan of limitation, right? That the Gili said there should be a Gili within this Helam. What's the real nature of things? The real nature of things is that it's only a likus. So we say Baruch Shemachalam. We gloss over the best part. Baruch with Kavana, even if we don't know how to make Yichud, the divine emanation, which names and how to spell them, etc. The Kavana we should have is to say the words. Take an extra 5 seconds, literally, and pronounce each word of the bracha. And if you don't know which Kavana you use, you should say that the Kavana should be that this bracha should bring Mashiach.
Amen.
It's a favorite. It says, how do we bring Mashiach? It's not by moving mountains. It's not by things that we've got to do somersaults through fire. It's a pasuk tehillim and a bracha with kavana. The kavana is I should say the word. Pronounce each word, especially in the beginning, the intro. That's the main part. You're saying that you're allowing God to be revealed in this world. You're allowing God to be manifested. Come and bam, this is Him. This is it. This is real. The world is godly. That's in your Pasuk Shalom. That's in your Pasuk Shalom. How you do? You're inspired because with your tefillah, your avodah, and your Torah, we learn this thing now. You learn Chassidus especially. That's how you can be able to pray that it's going to be a revelation of godliness in the world. And so it's tied in with tefillah b'tzibur because you have more chances to say Amen than that. And we learn about Amen. It's the emanation to get the gili of the Yukevavki along with the Adonai, which is hidden within it. By saying Amen, that's the Galanchi. Okay, that's one point. Everybody in the bag got that? There was a lot of math involved. I'm sorry, and I didn't have my slides with me, and I didn't have my poster board. So now, there's the next point. The Alter Rebbe, when your whole life is Torah, so it's a memela that all the lashonos you use and the way you speak is going to be constant like words of Torah. Like if you look at the Kuntas Achad, you look at the end from the Alter Rebbe's letters, it's literally like he's verbatim lines of words of Torah, or just throughout the whole thing. Like they doesn't speak anything like of a chul, different chul even. So there was a word today that Yossi asked me. He says, "What is this word? This word of me here." So he says, "The Alter Rebbe asked. He has a request." What's this lashon metusa minaychu? Not a request from you, right? What does it mean? That's how we translate. I have a request from you, right? Be careful about davening with kavanah, with dominion, right? And no and not to go too fast. It says, remember, everybody did today's Tanya. This is how he ends out. He has a request. Don't daven too fast. Don't daven to make it down with dominion. Everyone together, please. I want it's a real thing that it shouldn't be people talking to I'm telling during davening. That's how we end up. This is the class.
No cell phones,
Please turn off your cell phone. What?
It says something like God have mercy after.
Yeah, Hashem Yirachim. That's what he said.
Also, Gewalt.
You got it in there. It's a real bakasha. It's a real request. It's a real guys begging and pleading. So we have the thashim b'metusa minaychu. So what does it mean? Where's it from? So see in the Gemara in Daf Ches. Daf Lamed Hey. Bracha, the same bracha. So luckily we don't have to switch around too many mesechtas of here. We have the same book right in front of us. Yossi, I'm just talking. Metusa minaychu. You asked me that word today, right? What? Metusa minaychu. Right. So what does it mean? I have a question. So it's in the Gemara. It's I think that the Alter Rebbe, the way he talked, the way he wrote, it was just words of Torah. He's like paraphrasing Chazal or Tanakh the whole time. That's all it was. Lamed Hey Amud Beis. Yes. The Lamed Hey Amud Beis in the wide lines, a little bit. Be right before you. You have about 8 lines down, whatever 10 lines. There's 2 dots there, right?
Kufa?
My?
There's 2 dots. You see the 2 dots over there?
What words here?
Putz min yain?
Amar Rabba Bar Chana.
Right before there, right. Beauty. Amar Rabba Bar Chana. No. Sorry. What did we do? Oh yeah, before that. That's where the 2 lines. But before those 2 dots, there's a whole sugi in here about Asaf the Ganecha, and then it says Hashem's going to bring in the wheat, you're going to bring in the wheat. So if you do the Ratzon of Eibishter, and you're learning well, and you're learning on the level of tzaddik, then all your stuff is taken care of. All your other needs are taken care of. Hashem's going to take the and they're going to reap plow your fields for you and take everything. And they're going to, but if you're not, then you're going to have to not only do your work, but their work also. So I'm gonna buy. So you had like Rabbi Shmuel and Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, right? People. Rabbi Shmuel he did some work. He had a company. Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai was all in Terasim Nasi. It's all he did was learn the whole time, 24 hours a day, in a sense. 13 years in a row in a cave. You want to be on that level, but that he didn't do anything. He didn't do anything else. He wasn't involved in any other avodah. So people try to do like him, and they didn't really succeed because they weren't on the same level of tzaddikus. They weren't a tzaddik gum. But they did like Rabbi Shimon, and worked at the same time, trying to make sure that the income part was taken care of. And there's also the other, that Torah and Derech Eretz together. So Amalei Rabba Rabbanan, Rabba said to Rabbanan, B'metusa minaychu. You hear Yossi? There you go. Metusa minaychu. Here, that's the exact lashon.
Yossi!
B'metusa minaychu. You guys see in the Gemara? You see it? B'metusa minaychu. I have a request from you. I request from you, please. Metusa minaychu. That b'yom nisan b'yom tishrei, during the harvesting, during the sowing season, and during the harvesting season, like this will come out. Don't come before me. Don't you tell me don't come and don't come and start housing with you want to get some shiur and you want to get base manager and extra house. during those days. Why? Because that's the harvest. That's the work time. That's the work season. In this, you got to plow the fields. In this, you got to harvest the fields. So they're not to waste. They'll use the whole time for the work. With trying to ask me questions and the time that I got to get all this work done. Right? So that's what he says. So here he's saying, here's a beseeching.
Relevant to the
Yeah. What is the berachon of fische kusen anders te zeggen? The Alter Rebbe suium. Mishamra mizarim oid al teirav al avoid to believe zu tefillah bekapon al hati kul miyachad. Now, so here he's saying, don't come to me with search for to make learning sessions during this time. That's his request. That's what he's talking about. And the Alter Rebbe's request is that you should daven properly. So when you daven properly, what's the tefillah versus limud? Torah is l'mayla l'mata. Torah was given to us, right? It was given to us, like the mimer I gave over by my birthday, by my 33rd birthday last week.
Oh, birthday!
Thanks. I'm still accepting gifts till April.
Okay.
There was a thing that was mentioned. The Torah is l'mayla l'mata. All right, Torah. We don't affect the changes in the Torah. The Torah is given to us, and when we're learning it, it's as if we're like repeating word after word from Hashem. But we don't make changes in that. We do. We. That's was already from above to below. But tefillah is the mata l'mayla. Tefillah can accomplish changes in it. That when you daven properly, you go l'mata l'mayla, the suium mutavar to the reish miyishmaim, that you can accomplish from tapping into the source. It's l'maydim and say to the shtalshus l'mayla tevet ha'olam, so that when you're davening right, it is the Eibusher that's baruch Hashanim, and it's the Eibusher that's reif ha'chayim, that's atzmus, so that you're not relying on tevet. So you don't have to worry that Tishrei is the plowing time, this and the field time, they got to be available. You daven. And that takes care of those things. Even if you're not outside the Gomer. Even if you're not like Rabbi Shimon Echad. So the Alter Rebbe is in Lashon to tell us the exact same lesson in a different way. What's this idea? When it comes to learning, you don't have an excuse here. Your learning is going to change the teva. You got to stop and make sure that you wipe yourself. Right? But davening has the power to go up there. And even if you're not a tzaddik, you're not in the level of Shimon Echad, your tefillah can accomplish the minor message of the Shtalshus, the Prophet. That's what Chassidus comes about to teach us. There's odds with the revolutionary, that's the revolution Chassidus revolutionized. With the Alter Rebbe, it's a Mayach and the Lev. They work together, and you avoid this in tefillah. The avoid the tefillah is one of the things that the Alter Rebbe stressed, that a chassid should try to do these things. You should see a little zbayin for daven and chassidus for daven. And he should mizbayin on something. You should trech galachait for a few minutes before davening. To chassidim Rishonim would wait a shah before davening, before they kavanus libay. What was the kavanus libay? To make sure that they would wait an hour for davening, so that their hearts were focused on God. How do you get your heart focused on God? How do you get the kavod rosh? You have to learn about God. You have to learn some ideas so that you get a spark in there. Kids, they don't just sit there. They learn chassidus for an hour. That's what they call chassidim. The mishnahs are befeiros. I don't make it up. They're called chassidim because they were late before. They learned before that because they focus on getlichkeit before davening. That's what I was saying. I'll come if you're focusing on getlichkeit before davening. How much more so are you going to take the time to focus on it during davening? The inyan of his is essential to the Chabad philosophy. You have to be misspent. You have to think about a godly idea, whether to how he's malik kalam, save kalam, something that's gonna ignite something in you. And every once in a while during davening, you should remember that thing. It's when you see yourself start to float away or wait out or go on autopilot. That they were on horse, but we, as soon as you mention Hashem's name, we go and we don't further than any horse or wagon could ever go. The imaginations run wild. So the moment that we remember that we're davening, then we think about that godly idea that ignite us in the first place. We reconnect. But you have to have what to think about. You have to have an idea that's gonna ignite you. You have to have that something. So that's what Chassidus said. It speaks in the neshama, even no matter what level you are, no matter what generation you are. The Chassidus is going to arouse something in you. That's going to arouse that connection. Can remind you. No man, it doesn't matter what level you are. Tzaddik, man, that's a simple. And this is what we're celebrating tonight. There's the Rosh Hashanah. So we're renewing that. There's an Archa that's playing every year in Rosh Hashanah. Every Rosh Hashanah, there's a new light into the world. So the Rosh Hashanah Chassidus is a new light, a Chassidish light, which is a Gilei of Elikus. Mom is the greatest Gilei. Yes, sir.
Does that mean there was a Histalkut yesterday?
No. The Histalkut, by me, it's all the time. I wouldn't even notice Histalkut. That's the level I'm in about. You're in, you're out. There's no Histalkut because it's just getting like, it's a Histalkut in the way that like when it gives an example, I'm on a spiral staircase, right? So you're getting higher, but at one point you turn around, you're behind the pole, right? The pole is blocking your vision from the thing. So even though you took a step higher, you don't see it all of a sudden. Because you're being blocked by the pole, but you are taka higher. So then you take the next step and you turn around, then you can see the top again. No, that's like a new moon. It's a bit anyway.
To help you understand, I think you want.
So the Tanya, now we begin a new the Tanya tomorrow. We're talking about doing a suium on the Tanya. If you look at the Tanya, we learned it every year, learn more and on different levels, and Mr. Shem should affect beautiful things and to change the Torah was supposed to. Chaz is someone that works on himself a little bit. We got to work a little bit on ourselves. What does it mean, work on himself? Try a little bit. Let's say today wasn't as good. Today should be better than yesterday. Let's say it wasn't. What do I do now?
I don't know.
Did I throw in a towel? I said, that's it. Give up? No, you get back on the horse. It would be great if life was just you constantly like making a smooth ascent all the time. But it's not like that. Life is ups and downs. Right. And what helps define you is what you do next. What you decide, what's your next move? I'm going to keep trying. The whole idea of a Bainity is someone who's engaged in a struggle to get something that he may not have achieved to. But what's the purpose? That's the purpose, that he's engaged in the struggle. That even though he fails, he tries again. He doesn't let it get him down. Try, it's all right. We didn't make mistakes. We have a bad day. We have an off week. The Tanya comes down to tell you that's the whole sweetness and the flavor of your avodah. That you make an effort, no matter what happens. Don't worry about what I did yesterday. What I'm pretty sure I'm going to do 4 hours from now. As soon as I get back and I'm in front of my computer. Don't worry about. Don't let that affect your decision now that you can do something good at this moment. And now I can learn something. Now I can down with kavanah. Who cares? I'm not going to let my HR tell me that I'm a Russia. That say don't. Why should I bother?
On the internet is okay.
What's that?
Watching Rabbi Zev on the internet is okay.
There's certainly get your hearts for that, I'm sure. Don't just try to expand. It's okay to mess up. It's not the end of the world. That's part of your fight.